Good morning, everybody. This is Dr. Palacios, and today we're going to go over the naturopathic tenets. Here are the 6 tenets of naturopathic medicine. Number 1, the healing power of nature. Vis Medicatrix Naturae simply states that the body has an innate, self-repairing wisdom, an organism that just needs the right environment in order to thrive. So, in the first dimension of the body, of course, we need to make sure that the body has enough food, exercise or movement, and the right environment around it, such as sunlight and hygiene. Number 2 is the mental component. That is your emotional resilience. Are you able to keep yourself strong and sturdy when chaos arrives? And then number 3 is the spiritual dimension, which in simple words is your purpose in life. How is it that you are using that purpose to serve others? How are you doing it to make humanity a little bit better? And of course, bring yourself to learning and growth on a daily basis. Number 2, identify and treat the cause, tolle causam. This tenet essentially says that there's no such thing as band-aid medicine that lasts longer than it needs to. We don't do that. What we do is to try to find the cause. Just like you have a leaking faucet somewhere, we need to go through the plumbing system in order to figure out where that leak is really coming from, rather than the leaking faucet. Same with medicine. So when you have a chronic condition, we don't simply want to patch the symptoms, rather we need to figure out where is the origin and what is causing all of these issues. And we need to dig in many different levels, doing a lot of detective work, which of course is important to write there. It's important to ask the right questions. Number 3, first do no harm, primum non nocere. In other words, we need to figure out what is the best way to treat you without going into the last resort and leading to an invasive procedure. So we look for the least invasive to the most invasive if there is no choice available. In other words, the treatment should not be more harmful than the disease itself. Number 4, treat the whole person, tolle totum. In simple words, we need to make sure that you're being treated in every dimension possible, just like I mentioned before. The physical, are you getting enough nutrition? Are you getting enough exercise? Are you getting enough social life? Because again, that does matter. In a mental, emotional dimension, are you getting enough resilience? Are you learning to be resilient with your emotions when chaos falls? And lastly, the spiritual dimension. What is your purpose? How are you pushing forward with that? And how are you benefiting others with it? Because a purpose that does not benefit others or yourself in the long term is worthless. Number 5, doctor as teacher, or docere. This one explains that you, the patient, are an active collaborator, not a passive recipient. So you need to become your own self-advocate to your own healing journey. You cannot be simply taking orders from every doctor that you go to and hope that things get better. You also need to do the work. You also need to understand the mechanisms behind your body's physiology and what works for you, which includes the treatments. When you're able to do this, you'll not only gain more knowledge to yourself, but you'll be able to inspire others to seek their own healing journey. So we naturopathic doctors advocate for that tremendously. And last, number 6, prevention, or prevenire. This is the last tenet that emphasizes prevention is the best solution to optimal health. We want you to be pushing towards keeping your health rather than just not feeling sick. And this is where I go and say, make proactive choices that work for your health in the long run. Centenarians, people who live up to 100 or longer, don't just get there by genes. They get there for their lifestyle choices. And it doesn't mean that just because you've had not so good lifestyle choices before, that now you cannot have that lifestyle. You can. Just get back to yourself, learn some optimization, and we'll get there. If this message resonated with you, then please take a look at my website, check out some other services, and again, take a look at the book, The Longevity Manual, A Naturopathic Doctor's Guide to Biological Resilience and Medical Agency, which provides all of these tenets in action in order for you to get the best medical prevention for your health. All right, I'll see you guys next time.